This is the house where Jenny Wade was killed while she was making bread for the Union soldiers. Confederate soldiers shot her through a window from up there. And as the bullet came through, she was kneading bread. She was kneading bread inside of her house, and the bullet went right through here, right through one of these holes, and it struck her right in the back and went to her heart, and she was killed immediately. This may be the end of my Gettysburg Civil War journey. We are about to switch wars, and we're going to a war called the American Revolution to Valley Forge. Welcome to George Washington's command center at Valley Forge. He was kind of spaced from his army, so he had his own personal space. People who worked here, he had about 30 people in this house. People who worked here included Alexander Hamilton, but half of those 30, which is about 15, were just cooks, cleaners, and people who stayed. Plus, during the winter, Martha Washington came to visit him during the 4 out of the 6 months that they were here at Valley Forge. This is George Washington's kitchen at Valley Forge, which was his home here, and he had about 30 people in his house in all. 15 of them, about half of them, were basically just people who helped with like the cooking, the cleaning, clean the bedrooms and all that, and the rest were people like Alexander Hamilton and Benjamin Franklin. These banister rails were touched by George Washington because these are original from the house. So his hand went through this as he was going into there. This is George Washington's bedroom in which he slept in, which is actually luxury. It's so big. We're in Independence Square here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and that is Independence Hall, where they signed the Articles of Confederation and the Declaration of Independence. And a bit over there, a bit over to the right, that's where the First Continental Congress was held back in, I think, 1776. Washington and the Continental Army camped here between 1777 and 1778. This was the third year of what would become to be an 8-year war. George Washington, this is just 20 miles from Philadelphia, so this is a good enough spot to where they can spy on British activities, but be far enough so that a surprise attack can't happen. Welcome to the City of Huts. Well, welcome to the 4th largest city in America during 1777. Even before Washington came here to camp, including all of the Continental Army, they built over 2,000 huts here, plus all the soldiers, which made it the biggest city in America at the time, as it housed all the soldiers. put in one of the redoubts of the Continental Army, which is the French word for retreat. This is a fort where the soldiers would stay as they set up their cannons up here. As you can see, they built it on a hill, so they don't only have good cover, they have great cover for the cannons, and they have an overlook through the city to prevent any surprise attack.
What is that I send you?
I can just imagine them going. Now that I've been to Gettysburg, and now that I look at these cannons from the Revolution, it was 100 years apart. And do these cannons look the same? Yes, they do. They did not change. Like, nothing changed, except for maybe the big muzzle, or the big part of the cannon. I don't know what it's called, but those just got a bit bigger, but the entire thing didn't get bigger. They just stayed the same for 100 years.
Go right here.
Oh yeah. Hello. Got out of TSA again. Yay.